Visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. Uh, so I say few of you have tried using Bastion, right? And you guys were able to do it successfully. Anyone who tried and facing problem in Bastion? Yes, guys. Anyone who tried and facing some problem or were not able to do it successfully, getting some error or anything? Yeah. What about UDR? Anyone facing problem with UDR? Hanif, you already discussed. So other than Hanif, anyone is facing any problem? Okay, then I'm assuming at least for these people, either you have not tried or you have tried successfully, right? So today we are going to start with our virtual machine scale set, VMSS. Again, important topic. They do ask about this in interviews. Uh, Frequently asked questions is कुछ होते हैं इसमें से. We'll see what are those questions related to VMSS, right? And what is VMSS? So we are going to see that. VMSS is nothing. It's virtual machine scale set, right? Now, what is that? It is a sort of high availability. We have seen as of now two types of high availability. Can you name them? Yes, guys. Can you name the high
Availability set
availability?
and
Yes,
Availability zone.
availability zone.
yes. So we have seen availability set and availability zone. So in availability set, what happens that in one data center, I have multiple racks, and there I have multiple servers. For one application, if I plan to have 9 servers, I can have for one server here, one here, then fourth, fifth, sixth, seven, eight, nine. If something goes wrong to one of the racks, I'm still getting the services. This is my availability set, right? Now availability zone. Just 1 minute, guys. Right. So availability zone. In availability zone, what happens? Similar concept. However, instead of racks, we have different zones or different data centers altogether. One region, but I'll get 3 data centers. So my first server, I might deploy here, second here, third here, fourth here, fifth, sixth, seven, eight, nine, something like this. But in this one, uh, you have to have at a time you have to have minimum two, at least two servers, right? For high availability. Maximum I can have 9, 10 something, but let's stick to 9 servers, right? If I'm having 9 servers, is there any way I can think of that today I have very less traffic and 9 servers are wastages for me. Only one server or 2 servers are good enough for me. इज देयर एनी वे वी डिस्कस जहां पे आप इन सर्वर्स को बंद कर सकते हो, शट डाउन कर सकते हो, डिलीट कर सकते हो? दैट आई टुडे आई एम यूजिंग ओनली 2 out of 9, so 7 servers I want to turn off. Have we read anything like that in availability zone or availability set? Yes, guys. Yes, no, maybe. Did we discuss anything like that, or did you read in your knowledge? Anyone knows that I'm using total 9 servers, but today I feel 9 servers are not good enough, or they are, in fact, they are more than enough. I don't want 9 of them. Only two are enough for me. Do I have the liberty to go ahead and delete 7 of them? Can I do that, guys?
Discount option was there while creating
Yes,
the.
we can
No,
delete
discount is
those.
fine.
So,
Discount is that's
uh,
okay. But can I
we
go ahead and
can
delete that?
stop those servers
Hmm.
by going to the resource, and we can stop them if
But
they
servers
are
are
not
still there, right? Even if
in.
I stop them, I'm paying for my hard disk. I'm paying for
Correct.
resources, right? Public
Yeah.
IPs if I'm using, I'm still paying for that.
Auto
Plus
shutdown.
auto shutdown. What time? I don't know the right. Auto shutdown. You'll do it for a specific time. That's a good thinking though. Yeah, I think
Hmm.
I've observed my application after 11 p.m. It doesn't give more traffic, so you can maybe use auto shutdown on two server each. From this zone,
Hmm.
you can shut down this, you can shut down this, you can shut down this, you can auto shut down this, this and this. Yes, that is also a good idea, right? But very naive, very basic. So
Yeah.
to achieve this, what we can do, and also this is just one example I have given. Now, I feel today even 9 servers are less. One of my videos went viral. Suddenly people know about my website, and where I was getting 1,000 people per day. Now suddenly I'm getting 10,000 people. Is there any way I can immediately create a server, install my application, uh, and do the connectivity? Is it possible? Whatever what we can do maximum is to make a copy of this, then create servers. It will still take 3 to 4 hours for everything to do that, right? So to achieve
Yes.
this type of requirement, we have virtual machine scale set. What virtual machine scale set does is it has two types of features. One is scale up, another one is scale out. Scale up, we are just reading theory and then we'll leave it because no one uses that. Majority of the time, you will use scale out. So, what is scale up? Scale up, it upgrades the capacity of host where app is hosted, right? Example, increase the RAM or the CPUs. Let's say my machine's size, it's uh, 1 GB RAM and one CPU, and suddenly virtual machine scale set feels the traffic is more. It will increase the RAM by 2 GB and it will increase the virtual CPU by 2. So now my new RAM will be 3 GB, with new virtual CPUs will be 3. But can we change the size of the machine without rebooting the server?
No, we will need a
No
downtime
require
for that.
downtime.
Right. So even if you do it manually or system is doing it automatically, both of the cases, you will require a downtime. Hence, this is not that great option, right? Then we have scale out. What is scale out? It upgrades the capacity of the application by increasing the number of hosts. Same thing which I was saying here. I have 9 of them today, but I still feel these are less. I want 3 more. So that's what your virtual machine scale set does. It upgrades the capacity of application by increasing the number of hosts. I hope you can see these pictures. Here it is in scale up, it is just increasing the size of the server, the bigger resource. 1 GB RAM था 2 कर दो, 2 था 3 कर दो, 3 है 4 कर दो. But in scale out, it is adding more machines. Did you understand the difference, guys? Yes, no, maybe, any doubts, any
Yes,
questions?
Yes.
Scale up, scale out, is it clear to everyone?
yes.
In scale up, we
Yes.
are just increasing the size, right?
Right.
Specification.
Yeah, or the hardware related
Configuration, you can
things that
simply
we
say
are in.
hardware
Yeah,
configuration.
configuration.
Yes. It
In
increases the
scale out,
hardware
we are
configuration. In scale out, it is creating a new machine.
okay.
Okay. And it doesn't only help you to increase, but it also helps you to decrease in both cases. So VM scale set, it helps you to increase or decrease number of machines automatically. Horizontal scale, this is your horizontal scale, which is n. We have vertical scale. One is horizontal scale, one is vertical scale. One is scale up, one is scale out. Same thing, whatever you want to name it. Mostly you will hear the word scale out and scale up, right? So we will be focusing on scale out where numbers are increasing. Okay. So yeah, that's all we have in terms of theory. इससे ज़्यादा theory में कुछ नहीं बताना है आपको. If they're asking about virtual machine scale set, the definition, this is what you have to speak about it. Now, how to deploy it? At the time of deployment, what options do we have? How it works? इस पे बहुत ज़्यादा questions आते हैं. So be focused and please check this properly. Meanwhile, I was just looking at this load balancer, which is our today's topic. Let me delete this, otherwise it will. consume our balance. So just give me 1 minute. I'll delete this and then we'll start with virtual machine scale set. Okay. So anyone knows how I can deploy a virtual machine scale set?
No.
Is
Okay.
there any
It's very
option
simple.
available?
Yes, like we have virtual machines, you simply have to type virtual machine scale set or you type VMSS. Like we have virtual machine, we have VMSS. Can you see the icon? You click here and from here you can deploy a virtual machine scale set. Click on create virtual machine scale set. Select your subscription. Select your resource group. Give whatever name you want to give. Select your region. Availability zone, no. If you select one availability zone, what will happen? The machines which this is scaling here, scaling out. So if I select availability zone, what do you think will happen, guys? According to your
Multiple
logic,
copies will get created.
no, not really. Copies तो तभी बनेगी जब उसका कंडीशन मीट होगा. Now whatever the conditions we'll see. Example के लिए CPU increase हो गया, that is one of the conditions. Copies तो definitely तब बन रही है. But what is the difference if I select zone and if I don't select zone? Then what is the difference?
It will be deployed only that particular zone only.
Yes, if you don't select any zone, obviously you are there without redundancy. So all machines will, let's say you are in East US, okay, there, even if you have availability zone, okay, if we're talking about East US, it has availability zone feature, which means how many data center it has? 3, right? So if you don't select availability zone, wherever your machines are being deployed, all machines will be deployed there only, even if this region has facility, but you have not availability zone. So all servers, after the condition is met, the new server, everything will be built here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But if you select availability zone, then what will happen? If your first server is there and if your conditions are met, that okay, in this case, second server is needed, then second server will be deployed here. Third server will be deployed here. Again, fourth server will be deployed here. Is it clear, guys? What will happen if I check this or uncheck this? Is this clear or not?
Yeah.
Yes. What about others? Surya, is it clear? Tehseen, Sunil, Prabhat, any questions, any doubts? Razak bhai, Munir?
It's clear, sir.
Okay. Here we'll stick to flexible. What is the difference between them? It's completely fine. We don't have to worry about it. I have not seen anyone asking this in interview. Still, if time permits, we will discuss this. Rest, we'll go ahead with standard. This is the core part of your virtual machine skill set, right? But we'll see that. Let me fill this information first and we'll go back to that. Okay. So now, while creating a virtual machine, you don't see this, right? Scale up, this scaling mode. Now, what is the scaling mode? This is the core of virtual machine scale set. If I do manually, the capacity maintained is fixed amount of instance. What does it mean? That if I am deploying a machine, two machines, let's say initially I'm deploying two machines, so it will be there consistently with two machines unless I go ahead and create another one, right? Unless I go ahead and create another one. So you may ask, what is the difference between creating a normal machine and this machine? If you create a virtual machine scale set, you simply just have to go in there, click on a number that now I have two numbers, let's make it 3. So a machine will be deployed automatically. You won't have to deploy it. It will be deployed automatically. You won't have to go ahead and select. Normal virtual machine में अगर आपके पास 3 है, चौथी बनानी है, you still have to go ahead, select machine, etc. Right? In this case, you don't have to do anything, just click on a button. We'll see that how it works. Then we have auto scaling. So we'll see auto scaling. First, let's see manual scaling, or let's see auto scaling also here. Both we can see once the machine is created, that time also we can see. So now what is auto scaling? If I want to configure it here while creating, we can do it, and we can do it after creation as well. So now this is very important. This is the core of your scaling configuration. Manual में भी बहुत कुछ खास नहीं, जाके आपको बस एक click करना है and then machine gets created. But here is the condition. Here it's the details. If you click on this, they have given the default condition. If you click on edit button, here you can define your own condition, whatever name you want to give, whatever conditions you want to put. So do you want it manually? If yes, you select here, click save, create virtual machine, done. Virtual machine scale set, it's done. If you do auto scaling, now let's see. What is it saying? Initial instance count. What does it mean? The moment I will create the machine, it will start with 2 machines. Though I have selected only one, it will start with 2 machines. Is that clear to everyone? What does it mean? Initial instance count? Yes, guys?
Yes.
Yes, no? Then minimum. How many machines should be there? Minimum. No matter traffic है नहीं है एकदम idle पड़ा है तब भी कितनी होनी चाहिए minimum? So minimum, maybe I can go to 1. Yes, and highest number is 20. So I can go to 1 or I can go to 20. Is this clear? Now what does it mean minimum? Let's say that my conditions are कि अगर कुछ भी ट्रैफिक ना हो तो बाकी सारे मशीन डिलीट हो जाए, but still I should give them one number कि इतने तो minimum रहने ही चाहिए. So that number I am giving as 2. Or if I select 1, what will happen now? 2 machines will get created initially, and if there is no traffic, one will get deleted automatically after some time. ट्रैफिक वगैरह देखेगा virtual machine scale set आपका, कोई ट्रैफिक नहीं आ रहा, एक को अपने आप डिलीट कर देगा. Got it? Yes, guys. Is it clear?
Yes.
Maximum
Yes.
20 means
आ रहे
Sarvaj?
मैक्सिमम पे आ रहे. यहाँ तक क्लियर है?
हाँ हाँ.
Then next one is maximum. Now what is this? What do you mean by maximum? So maximum amount का मतलब है that if whatever condition I have put, that if my CPU goes 80% and above, then machines बढ़ जानी चाहिए. एक बढ़नी चाहिए, 2 बढ़नी चाहिए, 3 बढ़नी चाहिए. ऐसे कितने बढ़ेंगे? 1000-2000 machines बनाने हैं आपको? नहीं. There has to be a limit, right? Even if my application it's overloading or whatever it is, but there has to be a limit. Otherwise you will end up having 100 machines. So that limit is 20. Is this clear now? What is maximum?
Yes.
Yes.
Now scale out. When should it happen? Scale out होना कब चाहिए? एक नई machine बननी कब चाहिए? So the CPU threshold, when it is greater than 80%, then one machine should get created. Got it? What is the CPU threshold? If I go to this machine, I go to task manager, and if I check at how much my CPU it is being utilized. Now look at this. My CPU, it's being utilized for 41%, somewhere around. It is fluctuating. Memory is being utilized 69-70% approximately. Look at the total number. People who are coming from non-IT background, please look at this. This is your CPU threshold. CPU threshold का मतलब क्या होता है? CPU मतलब आपका प्रोसेसर, कि आपका प्रोसेसर कितना परसेंट यूज हो रहा है. मेरी प्रोसेसर की कैपेसिटी है एक्स अमाउंट, उसकी कितनी कैपेसिटी यूज हो रही है. So now my CPU, it is being used hardly 35-40% and memory 60-69%. Got it? So what condition I am putting here, that average of CPU. By the way, here I am talking about average. Let's say कि मैंने initial 2 instance रखे हैं, minimum भी 2 रखे हैं. So I'm not talking about कि किसी एक मशीन पे इतना ये कर रहा है. वो virtual machine scale set जो है ट्रैफिक को डाइवर्ट इक्वली कर देता है. You don't have to do anything for that. So I'm saying combine दोनों का मिलाकर अगर threshold CPU का 80% and above जा रहा है, right? And if even if there's only one machine, तो obviously वो एक ही का देखेगा. जैसे जैसे machine बढ़ेगी, then it will see for average threshold. So if the CPU threshold goes greater than 100, or sorry, greater than 80, then an instance should get created. Is this clear, guys? Still here?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, if it goes 80, right? How many machines do you want to create it? How many machines do you want to increase it by? Do you want to increase it by one machine? Do you want to increase it by two machine? Do you want to increase it by three machine? Do you want to increase it by four machine? Right? Do you want to increase it by five machine? Till what number I can take this, guys?
19.
It has
20.
already given. Yeah. And why should it?
1
Why
to
is it
19.
19?
Because the maximum
Yes.
limit is
Yes.
20 for our
I
instance.
can't say that increase the machine by 22. My maximum limit is 20. Right? The moment I change my maximum limit, then I can say 22. But now I cannot say 41. Why? Because whatever is the maximum limit, I cannot go beyond that, right? Got it, guys? So what am I saying
Yes.
now? That the moment I finish this, initially create two instances. Instance as in virtual machine. Understand this. Instance यहाँ पर virtual machine को बोल रही है. So initially create two virtual machines. If there is no traffic, nothing. एक को delete कर दो, एक रखो आप. Maximum should be 10. But when ये 1 से 10 जाएगा कहाँ पे? कब जाना चाहिए? So if the combined threshold of CPU, if it is 80% and above, then you should create two machines, right? This is the condition. Then scale in. स्केल इन भी तो होना चाहिए. अब आपने 10 बना दिए, ठीक है, दिस एक पर्टिकुलर आर में बहुत ज्यादा ट्रैफिक आपका आ गया, 10 मशीन बन गए. इज इट अ गुड आइडिया टू लीव ऑल दोस 10 मशीन्स?
No.
राइट. जितना आपने कमाया नहीं उस एक घंटे में आपकी वेबसाइट से, यू विल पे मोर बिकॉज आपकी 10 मशीन चल रही है महीना भर. यू डोंट इवन रिक्वायर्ड इट. सो देयर हैज टू बी सम स्केल इन पॉलिसी. नाउ व्हाट इज द स्केल इन पॉलिसी? सिमिलरली ये जो थ्रेशोल्ड है, I said कि अगर if this crosses 80% and above combined, then increase my machine, right? Now I am saying that if it goes below 40%, then you start decreasing the machine. Now you increase the machine. It's always a good idea to have an extra machine. So you increase it by 2. But by decreasing, you can have 2 also. There is no technical limitation. You can delete by 3 as well. But it's always recommended to decrease it slowly. You never know, फिर से spike आ जाए. So why do you want to go ahead and create another machine, right? So what will it do? This will check if the CPU threshold it's less than 40%, then it will start decreasing the number of instances by 1. और ये कहाँ जाके रुकेगा? कब तक होगा? लेट्स से 9 मशीन क्रिएट हो गए, तो ये कम 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 होते हुए कहाँ तक जाएगा?
1 तक
2.
जाएगा ना?
यस. व्हाई 1?
Because हमारा
और
minimum limit
और
ही 1
minimum
है ना.
selected है 1. I
Yes.
thought
इफ
selected
अगर इस
manually.
मिनिमम को मैं 3 रखता हूँ, 4 रखता हूँ, राइट, इफ आई कीप इट 4,
no, still it will
see,
go by 1 only because we have
no no, it
initial
will go by
instance
1, that
count
is
of
fine,
2.
but till what? It will go by 1, लेकिन रुक कब जाएगा? दैट इज माय क्वेश्चन. 10
4
मशीन थे,
पे.
डिक्रीज होना शुरू हो गया, ठीक है, एक डिक्रीज हुई, फिर
Hmm.
एक डिक्रीज हुई, तो वेयर विल इट स्टॉप? विल इट डिलीट द लास्ट मशीन एज वेल?
No,
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 4.
no,
because
no,
you
no,
have
no.
Yes, whatever amount you have given here, minimum instance, it will stop over there. Got it? If you have given it 2, then it will stop at 2. उसके बाद वो थ्रेशोल्ड को चेक ही नहीं करेगा. ज्यादा है कम है, इट वोंट मैटर. ज्यादा है तो ये बढ़ाएगा, कम है तो नहीं चेक करेगा. इज दिस क्लियर गाइस टू एवरीवन?
Yeah.
नाउ
Yes.
yes.
look at this. 30, 49, 76. Can you see this? This is what I'm referring to, guys.
Hmm.
Can you look at the fluctuation? Let's say if I keep here 75 and I keep this 50. So look at this. 45, 48, 51. Can you see the fluctuation? So do you think it's a wise idea कि हर द मोमेंट ये यहाँ पर पहुंच जाए एक नई मशीन बने और कम हो जाए एक मशीन डिलीट हो जाए. बाय द टाइम दैट मशीन इज बीइंग क्रिएटेड यहाँ पर मेरा सीपीयू थ्रेशोल्ड कम हो रहा है. बाय द टाइम दैट मशीन इज बीइंग डिलीटेड यहाँ पर सीपीयू थ्रेशोल्ड बढ़ रहा है. So there has to be some time limit, some sort of justification for this virtual machine scale set. So that time you decide here. Query duration. So if you keep it as 10 minutes, what will happen? If your threshold of CPU it's greater than 75 and that stays for 10 minutes greater than 75, then only the number will increase. Similarly, scale in. If it goes beyond 50 and that stays for 10 minutes, then only it will decrease. Is this clear, guys, to everyone?
The fluctuation we are talking about is the query duration, right?
Yes.
So if it is 10 minutes, then it will decrease the count by 1.
No,
So,
see, what am I saying here? कि इसको देखो इस
हाँ,
CPU threshold जो है कितना frequently change हो रहा है.
correct.
If I keep it here कि यार 50% पे आपको एक new machine बनानी है and 40% पे एक machine delete करनी है. So look at this. 50, 52,
हाँ,
46, 28. तो ये इतना जल्दी फ्लक्चुएट हो रहा है कि इतनी देर में तो ये इसको रीड करके मशीन बना भी नहीं पाएगा. So what am I saying here? That condition is CPU threshold should be 50% or 80% or whatever you say, but that should be stable for 10 minutes. मतलब पूरा 10 मिनट या 80% के ऊपर रहेगा ना, तभी आप नया मशीन बनाओगे. Not before that.
ठीक है, ठीक.
Got it, guys?
Yes, yes.
What about others?
सर
Prabhat,
9 मिनट
Sunil?
भी
No, even more.
no,
No, it won't take
Yeah, I
it.
got
Even
it.
9 minutes. You say 10 minutes, it will consider 10 minutes. Same logic will apply at the time of scale in. If that stays for 10 minutes, then only it will decrease. Let's say 9 मिनट
इस
के लिए जो है ये 40 से लेस था और 10th मिनट पे फिर से 50% हो गया, it won't decrease the instance count. Got it?
ओके. थोड़ा सा ये
And
ड्रॉबैक नहीं लगता सर क्योंकि 11वें मिनट में अगर समझो बढ़ गया फ्लक्चुएशन
so it's your
ये
application.
कम हो गया.
You keep it 20 minutes then. It's your this is not
हम्म
a fixed number. You can keep it from 5. I think minimum is 5. Yes, from 5 to 720 minutes. Based on your application's nature, you will do this. Azure is not
तो इससे
compelling you to keep it at 10 minutes.
अगर कुछ ऐसा फोरकास्ट से रिलेटेड कुछ रहेगा कि कब सीपीयू का ये जो है बढ़ जाता है, ऐसा कुछ फोरकास्ट रहेगा तो उस रिलेटेड हम लोग अगर मिनट्स के जगह पे वो टाइमिंग यहाँ पे दे देते तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है क्या ऑप्शन?
Doesn't?
जैसे कि समझो मेरा सिस्टम पे सीपीयू का जो फ्लक्चुएशन इस टाइम पे बहुत ज्यादा होता है, फ्लक्चुएशन नहीं, माय सीपीयू इज गोइंग बियॉन्ड
Yes,
50,
we have that.
बियॉन्ड
Yeah, got it,
75.
got it. Got it. We have that.
हम्म.
We'll come to that. As of now, we are
अच्छा.
sticking
ओके.
to metrics based. This is what it is. This is metrics based. ये
ओके.
आपका
ओके.
ऑटो स्केलिंग है, मेट्रिक के बेस पे है कि अगर आपका सीपीयू यहाँ पर जा रहा है इतना परसेंट से हाई और इतना रह रहा है, देन दिस इज हाउ यू विल डू इट. इज दिस पार्ट क्लियर टू एवरीवन?
यस,
Yeah.
अंडरस्टूड.
ओके. नाउ व्हाट इज स्केल इन पॉलिसी? स्केल इन का मतलब क्या हुआ? स्केल आउट तो हमने पढ़ लिया. व्हाट इज स्केल इन? Decreasing the machine, it is called scaling in, right? So while deleting, which machine should get deleted? The oldest VM or newest VM? So you can select. You want कि जो नया बना था उसको delete कर दो, or you want कि जो old बना था उसको delete कर दो. It doesn't matter much. Or if you want to keep balance across the zone, तो यहाँ zone से क्या होगा? Let's say if you are using availability zone और आपकी machines बनी है यहाँ पर इस तरह से, so at the time of decreasing it will make sure कि वो यहाँ से एक delete करे, then एक यहाँ से 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 delete करे, then एक यहाँ से. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि 3 मशीन डिलीट करनी है तो तीनों भी इस जोन से डिलीट कर दिया. That won't happen. If you select this feature, if you select this option, if you select newest VM, it will delete the newest one. जो भी नया बना है उसको delete करेगा. If you select oldest VM, it will delete the oldest VM. Is this clear to everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. So Let me go ahead and quickly create it for you. But now I have a question for you guys. That okay, we'll go to the practical. We have 5 minutes here. Let me ask this question. Uh, कि आपने अलग अलग मशीन्स तो बना ली, राइट? एक न्यू मशीन क्रिएट तो हो रही है, बट हाउ विल यू मेक श्योर कि उस न्यू मशीन में आपका एप्लीकेशन है? जस्ट हैविंग अ सर्वर, इज इट गोइंग टू हेल्प यू? आपके सर्वर में तो आपकी एप्लीकेशन थी, राइट? ये जो आपने यहाँ पर बनाया था अवेलेबिलिटी जोन और अवेलेबिलिटी सेट में, यू क्रिएटेड इट एट द टाइम ऑफ डिप्लॉयमेंट। पहले ही दिन बनाया था, तो आपने जो कुछ उसमें एप्लीकेशन वेबसाइट वगैरह सब कुछ डालना था, जो आपको पोर्ट्स बंद करने थे, चालू करना था, वॉट एवर यू वॉन्टेड टू डू इट, यू हैड डन इट। बट वर्चुअल मशीन स्केल सेट में तो आपकी मशीन इमिजिएटली बन रही है ना, देन हाउ इज इट यूजफुल फॉर यू?
Is it looking at
image.
the
That,
configuration of previous?
No, good thinking, but
that
no.
is something which is taken care by Azure, right?
No, both answers are incorrect. It won't take the image of previous one, but then here you will apply the formula or apply the service or method which we have learned today in group. Also, I said, guys, now start merging the services. Like if you don't get extra public IP, apply a bastion on that server and get your work done. Right? If you don't get something, take remote from same subnets IP. Start merging the services. So here, if you remember when we did backup and images, I told you that we can capture the image of a machine, right? So what you do here, or what normally they do is, normally they will create a machine, build a machine, install their application, block the ports whatever they want, allow the ports whatever they want at OS level. I'm saying पोर्टल का तो ठीक है, ओएस लेवल पे भी पोर्ट्स ब्लॉक और अलाउ होते हैं. सो वॉट एवर यू आर डूइंग, आपको जो सर्विस ऑन करनी है, सर्विस ऑफ करनी है, जो यूजर आईडी देना है, जो भी करना है, वो सब आप लोग कर लोगे, एंड देन यू विल हैव अ फाइनल वर्जन ऑफ योर मशीन. Once that is created, what will you do? You will create an image of that machine. Once your image is there, then you will deploy the virtual machine scale set using that image. So every machine which will be deployed, that will use the image of that machine. Let me show you. I have one image. So if I create a virtual machine scale set using that image, every new machine which will get created, that will fetch the data, or that will come from that particular image. तो हर एप्लीकेशन, हर न्यू मशीन के साथ मेरा एप्लीकेशन बाय डिफॉल्ट आ जाएगा. इज इट क्लियर गाइस? यस, नो, मे बी?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
See, if I select availability zone, it will go to different availability zone. Auto scaling, fine. This is what we discussed, auto scaling, so I'm okay with it. Let's save it. Here it is. If I select a basic image, then your basic server will be created. But what will I do here? I'll go to images, I'll go to my images, and here it is. I have already created one with Tsoft website. It could be my application, it could be anything. Now look at this. The moment I selected, size, user ID, password, everything, it's done. This one you can skip. Spot, we don't have to change anything. Disk, it's fine. Networking, you don't have to worry about it. Management, etc., everything is fine. Similar to what we have been doing. Okay, one more option is there. One is you can use image. Another one is you can use some script. ये सारा काम स्क्रिप्ट से भी हो सकता है. एक PowerShell script we can type here that at the time of creation the machine run this script, और उस स्क्रिप्ट में सब कुछ हो सकता है. IIS इंस्टॉल करना, यहाँ से डेटा फेच करना, ये पोर्ट बंद करना, पोर्ट चालू करना, everything can be included that in that script. But still the preferred and used method is image. Right? So I'm creating the virtual machine scale set. Session is about to finish. Let's join without any break. And meanwhile, ये भी बन जाएगा तब तक. Doesn't take much time. So let's join the session without taking any break. I'm stopping the session.